Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and many of you may recall that years ago I created a Drain Blaster Bazooka. It was actually the first thing I ever posted online to any of the Nerf forums, and it was well received, but it was relatively primitive. It was two pieces of ABS pipe slapped on either side of a Drain Blaster and some greebles and whatnot. I then added a half-inch PVC thread onto the end so I could use any of Eyer's absolvers that would fit into the barrel of the bazooka. And I could fire Demolisher rockets, and I could fire shotgun and all kinds of fun stuff. And it was a neat build. Well, it apparently inspired this. This is the PKI Jericho, designed by Jacob, aka Death Tree on Discord. He saw my Drain Blaster Bazooka and felt that it was time for a significant technological upgrade, and he did a beautiful, beautiful job. This has a car tire pump built into the bottom, and it has a digital readout. You can see the battery, you can see what PSI it's set to, you can see what PSI is currently at. You can increase and decrease the PSI, and then inside it does again have a Drain Blaster, but a much more powerful one that can take up to 110 PSI. That's the max that the designer recommends you ever take it to, lest it blow its brains out. But it, rather than just having a thread-on attachment, takes shells. It's got a side-load breech, uses these gorgeous big shells that have all sorts of options because of how large they are. Slots in there, close it, button on the top to fire. It's perfect, pretty much. There are some little cosmetic things and some things that I plan to change, but the core of it is beautifully, beautifully engineered. So let's do some plinking with it. The first shell I have in here is a mega shell. It holds 4 mega shells. I'm gonna put it at 50 PSI, give it a pump. It does take a little bit to pump. That's 50 PSI. If you wanna go higher, it's gonna take even longer. If you go less, it doesn't take as long. And it all depends on what you're firing. So I'm gonna do 4 mega at 50 PSI. Let's see what it can do. Good Lord, that is an amazing grouping. There wouldn't be a shield user safe. That is fantastic. Let's try one of the half dart shells. So this one has 7 barrels, each will hold 3 darts, so this is 21 half darts all at once. Again, 50 PSI. I got a bottle and a ping. Yeah, just a wall of foam. Let's try a little bit more. This one holds 24 darts, so it's got 8 barrels, which is about the most you could get. You might be able to get more if you wanted to engineer it, but again, 50 PSI. And that is incredible. I'm shooting at the closest target, but it would easily hit the 50. There's darts that are going all the way out to the 50, just beautifully. Absolute madness. Okay, I got one more shell that it came with that I'm going to test it with, but for that I'm going to need to go to a higher PSI. I am going to take it all the way to 100 PSI. I'm going to double the PSI, which is going to mean it's going to take a hot minute to prime, but it will be worth it. Because this one holds 56 darts. 8 barrels, 7 darts each, 56 darts. It sticks out the front, but at 100 PSI, it's just a wall of foam. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible. And as I said, there are other shells, and the shells are available online. I think all the files are available online. And there's a blank shell, so you can put whatever bore you want on it. You can make it fire Rival or Ultra or N1, whatever you feel like. The world is your oyster, and it will fire just about anything. At 100 PSI, it's not gonna have much trouble clearing stuff. The big issue is where might you be allowed to use this? Some groups might be a little hesitant because it is technically HPA. Or is it LPA? Is it HPA? Anyway, it's compressed air. Some places are finicky about that. Some places are finicky about how many darts you can fire at once. It'd also be very difficult to actually tell what the FPS of the darts are, because it's hard to get an FPS reading on multiple projectiles. We had somebody running these at one of our Borst Wars, and it was fine until they got someone full in the face at relatively short range. which is just not very nice. The person wasn't hurt, but they did find it, you know, jarring, and it kind of they had to step out to take a moment and collect themselves. So, you know, it might be wise to try to implement some kind of a minimum engagement range, though that is hard to do. Yeah, anyway, it's a lot of fun. I have some big plans for it. There's a few cosmetic things I'd like to change, a few ergonomic things I plan to change, but I do plan to make some of my own shells for it. So stay tuned for what I plan to do with my PKI Jericho. But in the meantime, you might just get yourself one, because it is pretty cool. My thanks to Jacob, aka Deathtree, for getting me this. I did pay for it, but he did reach out to me. I got to see the original prototype, I think at Maryland Mayhem, and wanted one immediately. Yes, I need this in my life. And my thanks to you guys for watching.